All normal activities comes to a standstill in Kohima as the 7-day total lockdown in the state capital comes into effect from today. 50 new cases of COVID-19 are reported from Nagaland today. 4 deaths are also reported, with the state's Health and Family Welfare Minister saying investigation is on to establish the link of the deaths with COVID-19. Advisor Tourism Nagaland HKV says Hornbill Festival 2020 not cancelled. Says government putting in effort to celebrate the 10-day festival this year. Well, those were the headlines. Hello and welcome to this news broadcast from News and Trends. We begin with this top story. The 7-day complete lockdown in the capital city of Kohima to curb the spread of COVID-19 came into effect today. The decision to impose the lockdown was taken following an emergency district task force Kohima meeting on 23rd July. The lockdown will end on 31st July. All categories of shops remain closed from today except pharmacies outside the containment zone. All private and commercial vehicles stayed off the road except for movement of medical emergency cases, and essential service vehicles with proper safety measures are being allowed. Interstate, inter-district and inter-village movement is also restricted, while all religious places will remain closed during this lockdown period. Funeral or last rites related gatherings have been allowed, but with not more than 20 people. However, in view of the 6th session of the 13th Assembly session to be held on 30th July, all Nagaland Legislative Assembly members, HODs, Assembly officials and others involved in the session are exempted. Besides district administration, police, army personnel, medical, NSDMA, fire and emergency services, media and other essential government offices are also exempted. Meanwhile, the commercial hub Dimapur will also undergo 8 days total lockdown starting from tomorrow till 2nd of August. Meanwhile, a total of 50 new cases of COVID-19 were reported from Nagaland today. State's Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangyupom informed this in a tweet this evening that the fresh cases were detected from the 344 samples tested. Out of these new cases, 20 were from Mon, 19 in Dimapur, 7 in Kohima and 4 in Mokokchung. He also tweeted to inform that as of today, 4 deaths were reported. However, investigation is on and subject to further verification to establish the link with COVID-19 as comorbid conditions were present, he added in his tweet. Now, Advisor Tourism and Art and Culture Nagaland HKV Yaptomi has clarified on the news item which was carried by a news agency which he said had misquoted him as saying that the famed Hornbill Festival in Nagaland is unlikely to be held this year in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. We have the Advisor Tourism and Art and Culture online to speak more on this development. Welcome, sir, and thanks for speaking to News and Trends. Let me begin by asking you, is it true that the Hornbill Festival 2020 will not be held?
So far, Hornbill 2020 has not yet been cancelled. It is a major festival for our state in terms of tourism and also in terms of income generation. Since it is also an internationally recognized festival, and being one of the few times we can really showcase our state, we are putting a great effort to celebrate it.
Okay, sir, let me ask you, how has tourism sector been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic in the state?
The tourism sector, like most other sectors, has been badly affected. The percentage of Tourist inflow is rated nil both in domestic and international. Everyone from tour operators, hoteliers, homestay owners, transporters, and so on are facing huge, losses. This is only expected because of the severity of the situation. However, we are hoping that better days will come soon.
So, lastly, are you optimistic that the tourism sector will bounce back to normalcy very soon?
Yes, hopefully, as the saying goes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Therefore, I'm very positive that things will get back to normal soon, even if it is the new normal. We are working on new modalities, new SOPs, and once these things are worked out, then gradually the tourism sector will reopen.
Well, okay. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to News and Trends. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
That was Advisor Tourism Nagaland HKOV Yaptomi speaking to News and Trends on the Hornbill Festival 2020 and also on the tourism sector in Nagaland and how this sector has been affected by the global COVID-19 pandemic. India achieved a remarkable feat today as more than 4 lakh samples were tested for coronavirus in a single day. Indian Council of Medical Research said that a record 4,20,898 samples were tested for coronavirus within 24 hours. So far, laboratories have conducted 1,58,49,068 tests in the country. India's COVID-19 tally zoomed past 13 lakh today, just 2 days after it crossed the 12 lakh mark, while the recoveries mounted to 8,49,431 according to the Union Health Ministry data. With 48,916 fresh cases, the country's coronavirus infection tally surged to 13,36,861, while the death toll rose to 31,358. The data updated by the ministry at 8 a.m. showed. There are currently 4,56,071 active cases of COVID-19 in the country. Thus, around 63.54% people have recovered so far. Maharashtra has reported the highest number of cases, followed by Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal and Gujarat. In the northeast, Assam has reported 29,921 cases of the pathogen. A total of 3,759 cases have been reported in Tripura, 2,146 in Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh 1,056, Meghalaya has reported 588 cases, Sikkim 477 and Mizoram has registered 361 infections so far. The overall number of global COVID-19 cases has increased to 15.72 million, while the deaths have topped to more than 6.39 lakh, according to the Johns Hopkins University. As of this morning, the total number of cases stood at 1,57,23,722, while the fatalities rose to 6,39,186. The US accounted for the world's highest number of infections and fatalities at 41,10,315 and 1,45,391 respectively. Brazil came in the second place with 22,87,475 infections and 85,238 deaths. In Assam, there is no respite from flood fury as several rivers are flowing above the danger level. The current wave of floods has affected 27 lakh people and washed away houses and livestock. Dhubri, Golpara and Barpeta are among the worst affected areas. 1.17 lakh hectares of cropped areas are also underwater. Relief and rescue works are being carried out by SDRF and NDRF teams. Major portions of the national parks and wildlife sanctuaries are also underwater. Meanwhile, the Panchayat and Rural Development Department has informed that priority would be given to flood-hit areas in allocating works under Manrega. Principal Secretary J.B. Eka said that Manrega works have been affected to some extent due to floods. And with that, we come to the end of this news broadcast. Do subscribe to us on a YouTube channel and also follow us on Facebook page as well, and stay updated with the latest from across the world, the country, the region, and from the state as well. Meanwhile, stay safe, practice safe health hygiene, and maintain social distancing wherever you are. But most importantly, take good care of yourself. Thanks for watching.